Your Galaxy Z Fold 8's biggest weak point isn't the screen, it's the hinge. And most cases on Amazon don't actually protect it. We tested 6 of them to find out which ones fail first. We're not just ranking by drop rating here. We're ranking by whether the hinge cover, the magnet, and the bundled screen protector actually work together once the case is on. And stick around, because the case that wins this list solves the spec discrepancy the brand itself hasn't cleaned up yet. 6. FNTCASE MagSafe Hinge Protection Case. We're starting with the case that gets you into the game cheap, and it does the basics without cutting the ones that actually matter. FNTCASE Z Fold 8 case pairs a translucent matte back with a built-in screen protector, full hinge coverage, and MagSafe compatibility, so you're not stacking a separate glass protector on top of an unknown inner lip. Because the protector ships pre-fitted to the case, you skip the #1 return reason in this category entirely. There's no aftermarket glass fighting the case edge for space. Here's where it gets vague. The listing calls this 18 feet military-grade drop protection, but that's brand language. There's no MIL-STD-810 number attached to it, no third-party lab cited, nothing you can verify independently. That doesn't mean it's fragile, it just means you're trusting FNTCASE's own testing, not a certified standard. There's also no kickstand on this one, so if you're watching video propped on a desk, you're holding the phone or buying a separate stand. And on the practical side, we haven't run our thick cable test on this exact port cutout yet, so if you charge with a bulky third-party USB-C cable, that's until we get hands-on. The verdict. This is the I just want hinge coverage and a screen protector without shopping around pick. It's best for someone who wants MagSafe convenience and doesn't need a certified drop number to feel confident. Just don't expect a kickstand, and don't assume military grade means what it means on the case 2 spots up this list. Best for buyers who want hinge protection and a screen protector bundled in one purchase. No extras. If you want an actual kickstand built into that same price range, the next case swaps the built-in screen protector for a locking triangular stand instead. 5. SPIDERCASE Magnetic Kickstand Case. SPIDERCASE takes a different bet. Instead of bundling a screen protector, it puts the money into a kickstand that's actually engineered to disappear when you don't need it. The hidden kickstand opens smoothly and locks into a triangular structure for stable horizontal viewing, then folds flush back into the case so you're not carrying a permanent bump. It's built with a dual-layer back for shock absorption and a precision-aligned magnetic ring for wireless charging. And the brand confirms this shell is cut specifically for the Z Fold 8, not a shared mold with the Ultra. The catch is the flip side of that kickstand-first design. There's no screen protector in the box. That means whatever glass protector you add yourself has to clear this case's inner lip on its own. And since SPIDERCASE hasn't published clearance specs for that lip, you're buying blind on the #1 one-star trigger in this category, bubbling or peeling at the corners. The drop protection claim is also generic military-grade heavy-duty language, with no drop height or certified standard listed, so treat it as a marketing description, not a lab result. And like the last pick, we don't have documented data yet on how a thick braided cable behaves in this port cutout. The verdict. If a real kickstand matters more to you than a bundled protector, this earns its spot. Just budget for a separate tempered glass protector, and check the return window in case the lip doesn't play nice with it. Best for buyers who prioritize a working, flush kickstand and are fine sourcing their own screen protector. 4. WSKEN 360 degrees ring stand case. WSKEN splits the difference between the last 2 picks. You get a rotating ring stand for hands-free viewing, and it comes with 2 HD screen protectors in the box, so the lip clearance gamble is off the table since the glass is matched to the case by the same manufacturer. The ring itself rotates a full 360 degrees, working as a finger grip, a hanging hook, or a stand in either portrait or landscape. And the magnets are N52 grade, a real magnet material spec, even though WSKEN doesn't publish a gram or Newton pull force number for this listing. The honest catch here is that WSKEN doesn't lean on military-grade language at all. It's described as daily drop protection, which is a more modest claim than the other picks on this list. That's not necessarily worse, it just means there's no drop height number to hold them to, so don't expect certified rugged case performance from this build. On the material side, a metal ring stand sitting flush against the back can catch on pocket lining more than a smooth, matte shell would. Something to weigh if you're someone who pulls the phone in and out of a front pocket all day. Mic clarity with the case on hasn't been tested by us yet. The verdict. This is the pick for someone who wants a stand and doesn't want to shop for screen protectors separately, but isn't chasing a certified drop rating. Best for buyers who want a bundle protector and a multi-position ring stand without paying for rugged certification. Now we jump price tiers. The next 2 cases both come with independently verifiable drop certifications, not just brand language. 3. BENKS ArmorGrid Air Grand Combo. BENKS takes a completely different approach. Instead of a rugged shell, it's a three-piece system: a genuine Kevlar fiber back case, a matching front frame, and a Glass Warrior HD screen protector, all sized specifically for the standard Z Fold 8, not the Ultra or wide variants. The whole case and frame combo weighs about 28 grams and measures roughly 1.4 millimeters thick, which is dramatically slimmer than every other case on this list. Kevlar's real selling point here isn't the marketing name. It's a genuinely more scratch and abrasion-resistant weave than standard TPU, and it holds up to daily pocket carry without the case itself adding meaningful bulk to a phone this size. The honest trade-off is that this thinness comes at the expense of independently verified drop protection. BENKS doesn't publish a drop height or a MIL-STD number for this combo, so treat the everyday protection language as exactly that: protection from scuffs and minor bumps, not a certified drop rating. There's also real fine print on the MagSafe side. BENKS states that rectangular MagSafe accessories, like some wallets and battery packs, may not fit properly because of the camera layout. Round chargers and grips are the safer bet. And with a shell this thin, we haven't confirmed whether a thick, braided USB-C cable seats fully in the port cutout. The verdict: this is the case for someone who wants the thinnest possible footprint and doesn't mind trading certified ruggedness for it. Best for buyers who want the slimmest possible case plus protector combo and primarily use round MagSafe accessories. 2. SUPCASE UB Grip. This is where the spec sheet stops being vague. SUPCASE's UB Grip is drop-tested from 15 feet and certified to MIL-STD-810H-516.8, an actual named military testing standard, not just marketing copy, backed by 4-corner airbag technology and full hinge coverage built around the fold mechanism. The magnetic ring is N52 grade and rated at 1,500 grams of holding force, which is the only case on this list with a published gram figure you can actually hold the brand to. You also get 2 full front frames, each with its own built-in screen protector, one clear, one privacy, so you can swap between them depending on where you're using the phone, and a pop-out kickstand for hands-free viewing. The catch is size. All that airbag padding and the dual front frame system make this the bulkiest case on the list. If you wanted the slim, pocket-friendly feel of the BENKS pick, this isn't it. The textured side grip is genuinely useful for one-handed use, but that same texture is more likely to catch lint in a tight pocket than a smooth, matte finish would. We also don't have documented results yet on call audio with the case on. The verdict: if you want a certified drop number and a real magnet spec instead of brand language, this is the most rigorously documented case on the list. You're just paying for it in bulk. Best for buyers who want independently verifiable drop certification and a real magnet force number, and don't mind extra thickness. Before we get to the winner, one thing worth knowing about it going in: the brand's own website and its Amazon listing don't agree on the magnet strength number, and I want you to see that discrepancy before you buy. 1.
TORRAS Ostand L1. TORRAS built this one around a single idea: a stand that doesn't feel like a stand. Instead of a fold-out kickstand, it uses an embedded stainless steel structure that sits flush against the case and locks into place for both folded and unfolded viewing. So you get stable, hands-free support without a hinge or flap that can snap off over time. The magnetic array is N52 grade, and the Amazon listing for this exact case states up to 18 newtons of holding force for MagSafe chargers, car mounts, wallets, and grips. It ships with 2 screen protectors in the box, and the hinge itself uses an adhesive-free protective design, so there's nothing to peel or discolor over time. Here's the catch I promised. TORRAS's own product page lists this same case's magnetic strength as 16 newtons, not 18. A real discrepancy between the brand's site and the Amazon listing you'd actually be buying from. Neither number is invented, but they don't match, so if magnet strength is a deal breaker for you, that's worth a message to the seller before you order. The hinge protection is also described as mil grade, brand language again, not a named certified standard like the SUPCASE pick above it. And as with every case on this list, we haven't run the thick cable or mic muffle tests yet. The verdict? This wins the list on usability: a stand that's actually built into the shell instead of bolted on, plus 2 protectors in the box. But go in knowing the magnet number depends on which page you're reading. Best for buyers who want a permanently built-in stand for video calls and streaming and are comfortable with a brand language drop claim instead of a certified one.
Best for screen protector first buyers. No separate purchase needed. WSKEN or BENKS. Both ship protectors match to the case. Best for a real, working kickstand. SPIDERCASE, locking triangle stand, or TORRAS, built-in flush stand. Best for certified drop protection you can verify. SUPCASE UB Grip, the only MIL-STD-810H-516.8 certified pick here. Best for the thinnest possible case. BENKS ArmorGrid Air, at roughly 1.4 millimeters and 28 grams. Best overall pick on this list. TORRAS Ostand L1. Just confirm the magnet number with the seller first. All 6 links are below in the exact order we rank them. Drop a comment if you've tested the hinge protection on any of these yourself, and subscribe if you want the follow-up video once we run the port clearance and mic tests on all 6.